Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Let me quickly check. Okay. Actually, should I charge my phone? Yeah, why not? So yeah, welcome, welcome. Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, the weekend was busy again. Holy moly. Family event. My cousin turned 40, so we had that, and then Sunday I spent time with my fiance. Streaming not that easy actually to stick on schedule. Well, or it's me. Probably it's me. Um, but yeah, at least I was able to stick to today's schedule. So that's something. Um, all right. So I fixed one issue that we had on, I think Friday it was. I think it was Friday. With the terrain generation, moving to the more optimized version. So now it works, I think. Yeah, okay, it does. And the issue was, hey, that's interesting. But it's way faster than before. That's actually not so bad. Not quite sure why it's already faster than before. Those gaps, they are because the algorithm is not 100% correct what we're doing. So I think it's because of those things that it's not 100% yeah, correct. If I paint now. Where did we crash? In the terrain panel, right? Hey, little boy. Hello, hello, welcome. Okay, but I mean, that's already still pretty good. The performance is already better, which is kind of crazy because I didn't really change too much yet on the whole logic itself. But that's pretty nice. Yeah, those gaps, as I said, they are kind of known. Probably I will fix them later, not in the first version of the terrain. It's not such a big deal. I exactly know where they are coming from. It's just at some point I have to move on with that version, and I can't make it 100% correct all the things, and we will have to address anyways iteratively things. Alright, but let's fix the tools again before we go to the rest of the terrain performance again, because the tools, I think I broke them, or I didn't break them, but I disabled them with all the shader work that I did. Yeah, exactly. So all we need to do is basically still that. Is that debug name? It doesn't have a debug name anymore. Oh, I guess I killed that. Okay. And then we have, yeah, this one exactly. And graphics system create shader instance. I think that should work, and that. And by that point, I'm curious if we should actually just add another overload that doesn't take a pipeline property. No, I don't mind. Don't feel free to ask anything. I mean, yeah, anything. If I answer it or not is a different question, but normally I answer. If it's like a reasonable question, I will answer it. Let's put it that way. So I started 2020 with the volumetric stuff in Unreal. So a part of the volumetric stuff is from Unreal, although it was on CPU and now it's GPU. So I don't think you can take that. But basically, some logic of the terrain was done in Unreal in 2020. On and off, really not that consistent. It was like once a month, maybe a weekend or something like that. And then last year, yeah, 2024, start of 2024, so January 2024, I started actually working on this engine, more or less on a consistent basis on the streams. So I would say, yeah, like 1.5 years now, ish. Something like that. 1.5 to 2 years by now. And yeah, I did have a couple of rewrites. I think the longest time I mean, the terrain is now close, probably a close second. But the biggest time I spent on the whole graphics part, like this one, I think it probably is still the largest one with the most code in it. It's like, yeah, because it has like a render graph in there, yeah, texture loading, bindless textures, by now buffer device addresses for the buffers and all that stuff, and like handling of resources that they live on even if you release them, but they are still used in the frame and stuff like that. So there was quite some stuff in there. So it's still the chunky, the most amount of code in that one. And I think for that one I needed, I'd say 2-3 months and like probably 2-3 rewrites, because I always found something like it that I didn't like. I think it's quite common, but you always have to consider like keeping it simple first, getting it to work, because sometimes you spend time like changing something, but you're not even sure if it makes sense to change it, right? Because you didn't even use the system yet, so you don't actually know if it makes sense to change what you're changing, right? It's basically what I'm saying. It goes a little bit into the same bucket as like premature optimizations, right? But not entirely, I would say, but very similar. It's like, how much can you change or rewrite a system if you have never used it yet in like an actual environment? So I would say that was probably a little bit of my mistake as well, because I had like the graphics system, but I didn't actually have a project to use it, so I didn't really know how it would feel in the end to use it. And then when I started that engine and like did a project with it, like the editor, like this one, I realized, okay, maybe that doesn't really work that well. So there were like minor rewrites after that as well. I think that's quite common, to be honest. You realize like your flaws of the systems that you wrote over time. So I added this overload now, which should make it nice, because we can just scrap that, right? And we can probably just do that. And then we go into the terrain tool. Do the same here. But no, feel free to ask any questions. You can as well like ask me about my previous work at Ubisoft or whatever, or my current work a little bit. I will tell you as much as I can. That's a little bit the reason why I'm streaming, right? I want to share a little bit of knowledge and maybe passion for game development. Alright, so that should work again, and that should bring back our tools, I think. There's a lot of God damn it. On my times off when I'm not streaming, even though the timer says I should stream, I most of the time work off the stream on something. And I prepared already quite a lot for the next version of the engine. We will re-implement all of that live on stream, but I prepared already a little bit and like did some research and stuff like that. And I think it will be quite nice what will be added. Alright, so we go here, and let's see, that's broken now, right? And if we now scarped here, then it doesn't work. Perfect. That's exactly how I imagined it to work. Okay, so that worked, but the scarp didn't work. Oh well. Huh, that is this part is a little bit interesting. Is that broken terrain here, or what is happening? I have Mondays off currently. While for 3 more weeks I have Mondays off. That's why I'm not in the office. I took days off to pretend to be working on Onyx. That's why. I'm sorry. Not sorry actually, but yeah. Oh wait, wait, I'm regenerating the terrain all the time currently, right? So it's probably not that. Is it maybe that I'm... Let's go to 2 here. You have a free desk in the wild. How do I get there now? Will you fly me in as well, or? Ah, that's weird. Let's actually open render doc here because I'm curious what happens there. We didn't have that bug before, I would say. True, probably. So why would you be like that, you stupid thing? Alright, that doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad either. It's very inconsistent, isn't it? Wait. I think something is wrong. Feels a little bit wrong. Oh god. The sensitivity is insane on this. I think I'm here, right? God damn it, why is the sensitivity so bad? Insane. Is it, hold on, let's try that with the old split policy, but that's probably the easier one. Close. Oh, we will take the same logic, because otherwise the comparison doesn't make too much sense. Ah, sad to hear. Hope you feel already better. And then let's bring that back, or comment that one out. And let's see. Do we have the same issue? No, we don't. Which makes me think that we... Okay, so we have a bug. Is it that we are stopping too early? Because this one is called... on each one of them. What if we do 25 here? No, it's still broken. Fascinating. I wonder why. Because that one would have been the same. Let's see, is it something with a mask? I mean, that would be kind of weird. Child count equals 8. That should recompile it, hopefully. Oh, okay, it's not you. Okay, well done, but still. Okay, maybe it's not rebuild. I'm not sure if the rebuild still fully works or like already fully works. Because sometimes it feels like it's not rebuilding the shaders. Did it rebuild? Cache. $12.20. I mean, maybe it did. But whatever, let's rebuild. Even though it takes a little bit of time. Just to be sure. What would I give for a loading bar here? Man. Huh? Non-void must return. But aren't we? Oh. Oops. See, and that's why I'm curious. One shader, one pipeline, and extra. What do you mean with MT? Material or? Okay, so it is. Multi-threaded, yeah. Okay, so it is the issue of not subdividing? Really? Fully? Is it maybe exhibit? Like... Maybe that makes the issue worse. That's maybe why it doesn't work. I think it's just a byproduct of how that one step in the algorithm is missing that I was talking about. I think. I think that is fine. I think it's fine like that. Do I actually do the correct thing now here? Yeah, I think I do. I think that's correct, hopefully. Oh well, what? Oh, that's that startup bug that I have, yeah. Alright. But given that, it's fine, I think. Yeah, I think it's that we are not patching this correctly, which makes it weird. Or don't? Nah, it's still weird. Shouldn't be like that, right? I mean, maybe it's hard to say, right? Wait, Arena Dog, which... Okay, no, it was not even close to being the last one, right? Max depth and depth 15 and 19, yeah. Hmm. That would be 19. Do we not want 20? Oh, whatever. This is weird. Why would it be like that? My performance actually is... Oh, okay, no, it's fine. Hmm. Yeah, something is off, but I'm not quite sure what yet. Something is different with this. And what if we do half extends distance to camera? I mean, that could do it if that could make a difference actually. Oh, let's actually did it rebuild? Oh, it might actually have done that. It actually have rebuild. Let's see. If I start that, does it rebuild? Oh yeah, it did. Okay. See, that's so weird. Because here it works fine. Doesn't really work fine, never mind. Maybe I'm doing... Maybe I'm doing something wrong with the... That's bizarre. I think I would want the render like a wireframe render somehow. I think that would make sense at some point. We don't really have that yet. But it doesn't change anymore afterwards. Which is so weird. Okay, I mean, we have 19 here. That's quite a lot of triangles, not gonna lie. And that's pretty nice. But why would it? Yeah, see. It's like every second one. It's like nicely subdivided, the next one not really. Is it like a complex threshold thing? We could try. Where would that be? Volume terrain, like volume terrain system maybe? Not quite. Terrain settings, yeah, here. Let's put that up to 95. Might do something. Okay, maybe not. How about it can't be that? No, it can't be that. It has to be something else. Because it works if we just return to 55 here. Scientific, no. Programmer. Okay, yeah, that is correct then. So 1 shifted by 0 is 1, right? Yeah. Oh, wait. That's garbage. But that doesn't make a difference. Because it wasn't even taken into account anyways. Well, it's probably... Yeah, no, it is something with this logic here. And probably how we handle this outside here. Maybe we don't do that, but I don't think that's correct. I think we should move this. No, it has to be that. It has to be. Or? Yeah, I think it is that. Is RenderDoc not on macOS? Is it Windows only? Ah, it is, yeah, Windows and Linux. Never mind. Today I learned. I bet there has to be something, right? There has to be something. It seems like Xcode has a GPU debugger. Like some quick lookup in Google said that Xcode has a GPU debugger. Alright, that valid mass. Otherwise we go in here. And then we go in here if we are not valid. That all looks fine. Ah, okay. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Pretty much. I don't think it makes a difference doing this, right? Don't think that will probably only make it worse, not better. I can't imagine this making the terrain better. I think that's a bug. So we should get a new version. We didn't? Wait, we didn't get a new... Oh no, we did. Okay. Yeah, that already looks worse than before. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, no, it does. It's broken, right? I think we have invisible. Yeah. That just makes it way worse. But it's probably the ones that are busted that are now weird here. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's even not worth investigating that too much. You and depth, well, child depth. Well, that's you constant depth, right? I think that's fine. I think. Oh, but then... Wait, if we're below the max chunk depth. No, then it is the child depth, never mind. That is as well the child depth here. At least I think that's fine. This chunk, I'm not 100% sure if it's correct. It's not used currently, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, maybe that is wrong as well. Maybe I want to create... Oh no, I have to create it at this level, right? Yeah. No, that's all fine, I think. That one can go away. Wait, if we are... I think we can leave this out then, right? Oh, this one we can, I think, leave out. Maybe that was a mistake. That actually could be a problem. Oh, maybe not, because we only do that. Oh, we only do that in there. Is that really? I think we can do that outside here. Oh wait, no, actually, back, all good, because we only do one anyways here. All good. Do I still have? Yeah, I should have it somewhere, right? Templates. Is that the junk one? Build Octree shader. Do I not have that anymore or what? Did I already delete it? Yeah, I think I already deleted it. Stupid me. But I still might have it in my commits here, like not committed files here. Or maybe not. Oh wait, they're not on there. Hey, is it not here? Ah, here. Yeah. So we did all of that. If we are at max depth, we did that. Otherwise, we do this. And that might be interesting, maybe. Maybe I should handle that. Let's actually take that. Where was that? In the valid mask. Do we want that in the valid mask? I mean, I guess we can have it here. Actually, we can have it here. Do we have debug print here? Oh, we should have debug print here. Let's see if we hit that. Maybe we don't. 164. What? $164. It doesn't even make a whole lot of sense what you're saying. Oh, well, okay, it does make sense. Sorry. Stupid me. Oh, then that's fine, right? Okay, so that's not it. It's very weird. Why would that be a difference? But I guess... do I really want to do that? I mean, I guess I have to. So removing that was bad. And I don't think it's a complex threshold issue. We could try and see if lowering that makes a difference. But I don't think it will. I think the issue is somewhere else. Yeah. Because that's weird that it does that. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that we go up here. It's as if there is a bug somewhere. Yeah, there's probably an issue somewhere. Do I tackle that now? Probably not. Probably will continue with the performance optimization and then I will look at that. Alright. So what we need is we should be able to write out, or we write out now the actual mask of where children are, which is good. We should be writing out the chunk as well. So the thing is, when we generate, get a generation request, right? And that generation request, where is it? Here. Has a Morton depth and chunk index. Yeah. And then what we will do is each chunk will have why do we have the oak tree index here? So my thinking is that we don't need that, right? Looks like these misaligned larger planes could be correct. Yeah, but it doesn't... Yeah, that's what I suspected as well, but it is a little bit weird. Nonetheless. But yeah, something like that. It probably somehow related to that. But it doesn't really make too much sense. Because as soon as I fully subdivide a node, if I do this right. So if one of them wants to be subdivided, we subdivide the full node into 8 children. I think it's like that, right? Yeah. So if we do that, it works fine. That's a bit sus, because we shouldn't, like, yeah, we shouldn't need to do that. But yeah, maybe the LOD drop is too much. I mean, maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's really just that. I mean, we can probably try. So I'll do it like that. And do here 0.1 for like basically the 2 first ones, even that one. And then we go up. Might be a little bit too much. Let's see. Maybe we break with that. Might be too many triangles. I see. That's the weird part. We're definitely 50 away and it doesn't work anymore. So I doubt it's that. It's something else. But maybe it's still wrong what we do there. Wait, maybe that's still wrong. Maybe the child positions are still wrong. That could still be a thing. I can try that by random docking into it. Is that the first one? Depth 0, perfect. So if we go in here, Jesus, child, evaluate, yeah, probably. Chart corner positions, not quite. I think I want to go like the should subdivide. Yeah. Probably a breakpoint here. Is it here? Maybe not. Here, chart center. Where do we set that the first time? Oh, maybe we only do it here. Yeah, so set a breakpoint here probably. So child center is minus 16,000, that's fine. Huh? Am I in a loop here? A plus 16. Okay, so that changed for sure. Let's see. The second level then should only have already certain oak trees only subdivided. So Morton index 2 should be up, left, back, I think. So left, up, back. Yeah, that's correct. But I don't think we can have all of... Well, I mean, let's add all of them again. So that we subdivide fully and then I can easier see what's going on if all of them are correct. Valid mask. Alright, so that should be 0, perfect. So that should be 1. Still need to figure out how a render dog actually gets my shader. I have no idea how it does that, but I need to change it because it takes the wrong version of the shader, let's say it like that. I'm not quite sure where it gets that logic from to take that one. It's pretty smart because it's almost correct, but not quite. So Morton index 0 should be minus 16,000 in all directions. Yes. Perfect. That one should now be like 16,000 in X and the rest minus. Yeah, perfect. So 2 we already had, but let's still do it regardless. Oops. So that one is, yeah, left, up and back. That's correct. And then 3 should be right up, back, I think. Right, up, back, yeah. Perfect. 4. Left, bottom, front. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, that's correct. 5. Is right, bottom, front. That's perfect. And then we go left, top, front. So there should be one negative in here, which is the x coordinate. Yeah. And then the last one is 7, which should be all positive. So that looks fine. Those coordinates look good. Let's now, when we already at it, just verify quickly that this is correct here as well. Should subdivide. Get a child index. Sorry. So that's child index 0 is here. Right bottom back is 1. Left top back is 2. Huh? That's it? Ah, because we return, right? Yes, of course. Because we return. Let's not return. For now. Just so that I see all the other ones as well. I imagine it as... Well, the thing is, I don't have the different lot joining yet. No, I don't. But the artifact looks a little bit too weird for me to be considered that, to be honest. That is the one last bit that is currently missing, that if the Octree changes resolution, we currently don't patch it correctly. But it doesn't make sense with how it looks, to be honest. Because then it should go away when I move the camera and they are very consistent. Close up. Which makes me think it's more a bug somewhere else. Otherwise I would totally agree with you. It's just that the nature of how it looks is a little bit weird. Which makes me, yeah, as I said, think it's a little bit... It's something else. I should actually... Can I run backwards? That's child index 0. Where is my child center? Oh, here. Okay, 16,000, 16,000, 16,000, which makes sense. And then... where is my corners list? Shouldn't I see a corner here? Can I write here? I cannot add a watch here. I really need to restart, god damn it. That debug session is bricked. Because I want to check the corner positions as well while I'm at it. Although they have to be correct, right? Or do they? I mean, let's see. Okay, so we go from minus 23,000, which makes sense in the bottom left, basically, to the center of the parent, which is 0, 0. And that's child index 0, perfect. And then this one goes from 0, minus, minus to that. Yeah, that so that makes sense. And then we are up. Oh, we go from 0 to plus, perfect. That looks fine. And that is index 3. Which is still back. Yeah, that's good. Now we go here. Which looks fine. That looks wrong. Does it look wrong? It looks wrong. Wait, does it look 5? Five shouldn't be that, I think. GFX volume. Let me bring up a beautiful off tree. The numbering is wrong, but we have 0 here, 1, 2, 2, 3. And we are at 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be the end node. It's bottom. It should be bottom, right? This should be negative. I'm pretty sure that should be negative 5. Isn't 5 negative here? And that would explain a little bit why it's wrong. If the ordering is wrong. 5. So that's more than index 5, right? Yeah, it should be negative. what I thought. Why is it not negative? Probably because we do something weird. 5. Okay, let's continue. 5 is not negative. 6 is top left, which I think is correct. So if I go back to pipeline here, 6, that should be minus 16 plus plus 16. Minus 16 plus plus, yeah, which is exactly that one. Yeah, that's perfect. This one is wrong. Okay, so 5 and 7 I need to flip. Okay, so that's good. 5 and 7 I need to swap. This one swaps with this one. I think. Do we just try it? Or do we... Wait, did it have a... Yeah, it did have a comma. Do we just blindly try it? Oh wait, I can't really blindly try it because I'm subdividing all the time now, right? So we need to bring that back. And that, and that. Why did I comment it again? Oh, well, it was commented, right? And then we bring that back. Comment that out. Restart and profit, right? That was all that was broken, right? Please tell me. Did I make a mistake? Probably. I probably did something wrong. What? Let's clear the shaders. I don't trust the shader cache yet. I think I need to investigate a little bit more. Something is sometimes wrong. It doesn't compile shaders, it seems like, always correctly. Because I would assume that I might get a shader compile error now. But maybe not. Right, nothing on my phone. I don't get an error. I don't get an error, but it's slightly broken. That's not what I wanted. Why? Is that not correct? Wait, maybe it's... Let's flip it. Let's flip those back again. So it was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I flipped the wrong ones, right? Yeah, I think I did. Okay, well, let's... Okay, so... Okay. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We want to flip this one with this one. could probably... Why not? I think it would make more sense to actually label them where they are in like a space, but we will do that later. 5. All right. Maybe that's a reason why it was broken. Great. Oh, did I not? No, I did. What's? Oh, that's maybe that texture. I have a bug. Sometimes starting crashes currently because of some resource loading. Unfortunate. Why would that break so hard? Why would that break it? Like that. Yeah, the sphere is just gone. What the hell? What have I done? That makes absolutely zero sense. Oh wait. No, it actually makes perfect sense. I'm stupid. Because I have a return down there, right? And I don't want a return down there. Yeah. Stupid me. Because we were only evaluating the first chart and then we stopped. That doesn't make any sense. Perfect. And... yes, that was it. It was just that the children were wrong. Okay, so that makes now perfect sense. And this black, can you see that on stream? Yeah, you can. Like this black line here. It's hard to see, but yeah, there's like black dots here. That's the LOD difference between the modes that I'm currently not doing. Like all those black dots here. I'm not sure if they can be seen on stream, but there's like black dots, like small black dots here and there. Those are like the areas where the yeah, the LOD is not correct, and you can see it here as well. Like here, the LOD of the tree is not the same. So that makes sense. But as soon as I get closer, right, the LOD should be pretty much solid in those spaces. So that's why it looked a little bit weird, the artifact we had. That's why I was like pretty sure it's not a LOD issue. Because the LOD issue should only pop up when you move the camera back and forth. But they were consistent. So that's my reasoning why I kind of knew something was off. Alright, perfect. Good. Let's actually tone down our LOD now again a little bit. I think that's fine like that. I think even that should be better. And yeah, let's crank it up quite a lot at the outer distance, but that should make it a little bit more maintainable. Let's actually open render doc, see how many triangles we have now at like a solid like distance to the sphere. Shouldn't hopefully be close to 1 million, like maybe I would hope it's like 300,000, 400,000 vertices, something like that would be nice. Yeah, 500,000. That's fine. That's reasonable. I think the render performance is as well not too bad. It's a little bit shit, but it's fine. I mean, actually, it's not bad because I think we are still, as I said, we're generating it all the time, which is not what we want. So currently we generate the terrain every frame, which is actually quite nice how fast it is. With that gone, like with that, we only generate it once, and then we have a better performance. Because with that, we basically only do it once. Great, that startup crash. Still need to look at it. Well, I actually exactly know where it's at, but yeah. Okay, so now we have basically no cost on the GPU. Yeah. For this one. And you should see it as well in render doc now that we have like a solid 60 FPS probably. Yeah, solid 60 FPS. And we can move and everything and nothing lags, and we are only rendering currently. So if I take a capture, we can see that we're no longer having the octree generation up here. We are only rendering, which is very cheap. Alright, so the octree generation is now the thing we want to look at, now that I fixed that bug. So as I said, we currently generate the whole tree, which is not what we want. And that's the whole reason why I'm rewriting that a little bit, like that whole system. Actually, I think what I wanted to do... Where was that? Here, right? That is currently if the node extends, half extends is less than the lot child size. And with that we stop earlier. Let's keep it like that. I think it's fine. Makes it a little bit more... Actually, I wanted to see... Is that now better as well? Because there was a weird bug. Okay, that looks better already as well. See, I was already curious that it is buggy because in the previous version this whole block here was not subdivided. And that sounded a little bit sus. And that makes sense now because it probably subdivided the top one and not the bottom one. And that's why, yeah. That's why it was always the right corner pointing upwards, right? Because that's the one that it's subdivided. Oh. Alright. Enough yapping about that. Let's continue. So the thing is, now we have that info and all of our child things correctly set up. The next step is we have one huge vertex buffer, which I think I don't really want. So what I would want to do is, let's see, first of all, how many chunks do I have? $88,000. That's a bit much. Is it really that much? Why do we have that much? Okay, let's do another sanity check here. Here. Well, at max depth. I mean, maybe that's really the thing. But I can't. Hey, Mickey Maven, thank you. Hello and welcome. So I was thinking of changing the vertex buffer that we currently have to some sort of meshlet buffer. But I'm concerned if that is a performance problem. Or maybe it's fine. That one I'm not quite sure if it's fine or not. And to be honest, I'm not even sure how to start with it. Because I've never done meshlet rendering. So my idea would have been probably take we need most likely some sort of allocator so that we allocate like chunks of the vertex buffer for each chunk. And I would be curious. Let's actually add an output there. Where would that be? Generate volume, right? The isosurface request, we have the depth. So if I think here vertex count, right? So if our u, well, not u constant, sorry, surface request depth is less than 10, I think, then we print debug the vertex count. Because I would want to print that. Because it can't be too much actually in those cases. And I think, yeah, no, that should be fine, right? Because I think, oh, we don't see that here, but I think that should be fine. God damn it. What is it? Op-X instruction points to an arm. Yeah. Where? Yeah, so that's what I thought, right? That is not that many. And then depth 10 already is quite low, I think. Right, so if we go to volume terrain system. Where is my loop here? Let's restart. I think depth 10 is already quite small. Depth 10 I think is the chunk one. Yeah, exactly. And at that point, all of those are basically one chunk. But at depth 10, how many do we have here? Let's subdivide again all the time so that we can take a sample, because I'm not buying that at all. Well, one thing first, let's look here at the Resource Explorer. Okay, that's fine. Be right back, 1 second. Alright, alright, alright. So I'm not buying that number quite, to be honest. But maybe it's fine. No, I'm not really. Let's see. Did I not? Oh, maybe I didn't recompile. Alright, but now. Because that really depends as well a little bit how many we have, how many chunks. I still don't believe that we have that many, but maybe we do, as I said. So which depth is that? 13, that's wrong. 64, that's 6. See, I don't think we have that many, but maybe we do, I don't know. Let's debug the first one here. I think the logic with the chunks is wrong. Yeah, see, we have 382 on the chunk level, which is what I thought we would have. So let's see. Or that I don't really care. Okay, so the U constant depth is 10. Oh well, max chunk depth is garbage. Perfect. That makes a whole lot of sense then. Volume terrain system. Why is that garbage? Is there really garbage? It's 10. Should be fine. And then we have this layout here. But that layout is not the same, it seems like. Node extends offset, max geometric complex surface threshold. And then we have depth, max chunk depth. As an F32, which is wrong. And that's why it's probably garbage. Did it build? Not sure. Okay, now it built. Let's restart that. Save this capture. No. And let's capture that. And we should have like, yeah, around 400, 300 something chunks, not like 88,000. 2,700. That's still too much, I would say. But maybe that's because we're doing the wrong lever. So that might still be pipeline. Nope. Nope. This one. So let's go down, down, down. Leaf nodes 0. Okay, so we want to fully subdivide, makes sense. So we get 8. Wait, that's wrong, right? Isn't it? Yeah, that's wrong. All of those children are of the same chunk, right? Because all those children are at 64. So that's, yeah, that's the reason why it's wrong. If we are at the chunk depth, then we do 1. If we are at the chunk depth, no, I mean, we could do it the other way around, right? If I can do that, and if the child depth is at that, then we do 8. And then that's good enough. That would do that. And then this one. It's probably as well if child depth is less than max chunk depth. Then we allocate a new one. Otherwise we take whatever we got. And here as well. Child depth. Well, in this case it's probably fine to take its own depth, right? Because we're not subdividing. So I think in this case it's fine. So that should limit it quite a lot again. I think now we should be close to the number that we actually want for the chunks. Hopefully. Thousand. Hey, TK, Def, welcome, welcome. Does that sound reasonable? 1,000? Not quite. I mean, no. Does it? No, not really, right? 1,000 still sounds a bit much, probably. Thousand still sounds a bit much, probably. Or does it? I mean, I think it does sound a little bit much. Is that maybe wrong? 10 is less than that. Let's see, if we don't do that, how does it look then in terms of numbers? Do I need to? Probably not, right? I can just restart here. Should compile the shader again. Looks fine. Looks like it did it. Because we had like quite a long loading time. I mean, could it be that let's see. Two things can be true here, but let's see. Where chunks tree. Count. Oh, that looks correct. Oh. Okay, maybe not. 900. So that was actually not that much. But isn't it this level here? Not what I wanted. Pipeline. This is level. Let's still debug that. I don't know. Just in case. So we should get a chunk index here then already. Yeah. That's okay. Do we really subdivide all of them? Oh my god. But even that wasn't outputting too much, right? Was it? Do we still output that info? No, probably not. Or do we? Do I still do that? No, I still do. Less than 10, we output that. I only did it once, goddammit, wait. Where is... Don't redo the terrain every frame for this, otherwise it's garbage and hard to reason about. No, but that's not so much, right? That's like a handful below 10. That's bizarre. But they would be entered there, right? Because we always do a service request. Oh wait, is it this? It's probably this that's garbage. Why did I have that here? I think I didn't have that. I think it's the old shader that did that. Hold on, that's actually probably what's going on. Or is it? Because that doesn't make too much sense. I think there should be is max chunk depth. Now we do this. Child depth here. And then we do the child modern index here actually. Otherwise we subdivide. Yep, I think that's fine. I think that's better. That makes more sense in my head. But I doubt that this was the reason, because I don't think we subdivided all the way to the bottom, but I don't know, maybe. I mean, I doubt it is the issue, but let's see. Pipeline. No, not pipeline, sorry, resource. Yeah, I think it's the same, right? $918, that sounds way too much for what it should be. Oh, because why? Because wait a second. We shouldn't do that, right? Oh, where? Okay, maybe we maybe do that. Oh, something is still not... Something is not adding up here. Something is not adding up. Still too much in my opinion. But it's better than before, but it's... I think it is too many... Still too many chunks. Can't really put my finger down why I think it's too much. Or I mean mostly because we don't create that many nodes up until this point, I would say. Pipeline, that one. Because let's see, how many do we generate here, right? It's like 116. And from that we split 300 off again. I mean, maybe it's correct. But why is there so little surface requests then? That's the other part that I don't quite understand. Is there an early out? Yeah, but none that would make sense. Okay. Okay, let's add a couple of more logs. So basically we do a debug, print X here, adding chunk below, adding high, like okay. And then this one we currently don't do, so we can completely disregard that one. Ah, we do it every frame still, right? God damn it. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to do that every frame when you try to figure out how many. Okay, I mean that is quite a lot. Actually not that many, sorry. Let's see, let's copy that out and see how many that is. The 163. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so then let's do another step. That's fine. If that's the case, and we don't do that, I think chunk index then is 0, right? Yeah. If we do that, we should have 163 in our chunk list, right? And not more. Sorry. So with that we should have exactly 100 something in our chunk list. That's double the amount. Why? That is 163. But we have double the amount in here. Sus. Do we reset that? We don't. No, we do actually here. Okay, but why is it double? From what I get reported. Do we do it somewhere else? But we're not using this one, right? So it's just this. Wait, that sounds sus. Alright, that's an alarm, to say the least. Shouldn't that be gone? Okay, where do we use that? But we're not running that one, right? I think I can delete that. So that would be the only place where we do it. But it's somehow growing or what? $310, that's too much. But why? Wait, actually, hold on. No, I mean, can do one test right away. It's not really what I wanted to spend time on today, but what can you do? Alright. Let's close all of those. Does that mean we get more? Does that mean we get more oak tree nodes as well? Because I would assume that it means that. Oh god, why is it like 1 FPS? What have I done? $100,000 something. $310. Okay, now maybe it stays the same. Maybe that's fine. Maybe 310 is fine. I mean, it still sounds kinda sus. Not gonna lie. The fact that we have here way less. Oh wait, is it that? Ah, we have less because we stopped printing. Probably. Right. Yeah, okay. Then it's fine. I think then we are good. Yeah. It's probably because we stopped printing. All good, I guess, in that case. So let's not do that. Let's bring that back. Bring that back, and we have like 900 or something like that. Plus those copper ones, which as well are irrelevant, but we still need. All right, so let's see how many we get with that in place. I would assume still around 1,000 or something like that. Chart depth. Ah. Yeah, that's... Okay, perfect. Close. But yeah, that makes it way more reasonable. Because 88,000 was too much chunks, that's for sure. 1,000 more reasonable. You and count, you and data container. Okay, 1,016, that's perfect. That's pretty much... That's a reasonable number. Let's see how bad it changes when we move up here. Do we have like way more, or is it still somewhat similar in like the ballpark of 1,000, or like maybe I would say, yeah, below 10,000 is fine. Oh, okay, it stays the same. I mean, that makes somewhat sense actually, because we have a limited amount of 64 chunk size bits around the camera. Oh, sorry. All right, so that's good. We can work with that. The only question is how to move forward now with that. Because basically each chunk has a number of surface requests. And we would want to associate... As I said, currently we have one big vertex buffer. And I think I want to split that into multiple per chunk. But we can't reasonably do 1,000 draw cores, I think. So meshlets might be the way forward. But maybe I do that as a second step, like at a later point. And for now we ship the terrain as is. Move on for the time being, do some other stuff, and then we come back. Because that's already quite a big improvement what we had, like to what we had before in terms of efficiency. I think I can name that now Occi-Split Policy. Probably delete that one. And rename that one. Because we basically fixed all the issues we had. Question now is what next? I mean, definitely that needs to go. I mean, one thing that I want to do as well is the terrain panel. It currently has like somewhere a debug render, which I don't really want, yeah. Let's remove that. Alright, so that should still do everything we want. Oh wait, actually, yeah, let's try that thing again. Because that was buggy before, right? The sculpting. Let's see if that works now again. So if we go here and we sculpt here down. Okay, so that still doesn't work. But that works, okay. Oh yeah, there is nothing below, right? It's a plane. So that's why it looks like that. Although, why is the plane like that? Shouldn't it be thinner? Whatever. Okay, that's weird. Is there like a limit? Alright, I'm not quite sure what happens there, but okay, let's see why the scarp doesn't work. That's like the biggest thing that I would be like confused by. Why is it like that? Shouldn't it be like that? CSG sphere. Yeah. But that's the brush type. Shouldn't the scarped be different? Create volume brush. Really? Oh yeah, create volume brush. Oh, we don't do anything here. Oh, okay, and then we did that or what? Does it work now again? Okay, maybe not. Oh. God damn it, commented quite a lot out here. Oh yeah, it works again. It just doesn't work in the correct direction, but... Shouldn't that go down? Why is it not going down? Push operation. Oh, because we do that here. Okay. Do we not have an... I guess not. I guess I think it's something like that, right? That should do it now. That should give us the lower again. Well, kinda. Until it doesn't. Why did it not update that? Or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty nice. I'm still not sure why that would be the case, but okay. Why we have a plane here? Is that something with the default terrain? So if I do that at 0, does that change anything? Except for not work. Oh, okay. No, it works. Okay, but it doesn't change that I cannot go down, right? Yeah. Why? Why can I not go below? If I do a -10 here, does that work? I mean, it should. Yeah, I think it does. then a minus still doesn't... Or maybe it worked. Wait, what? Alright, something's wrong with the logic here, I think. Somewhere there is something wrong going on. If I do a minus 100. You should see like more sphere. And then, yeah, that is bizarre. There is something weird going on here. Maybe it's the union? If LHS gradient is less than that, okay. Now we sample the terrain. Oh, that looks fine. Fascinating. I think there is somewhere a bug. Again, as usual. Because the thing is, this works, right? If I don't use a plane, don't use that, just have a sphere. That works, right? And we see the sphere. But as soon as I do this, and let's put that down quite a lot, then it suddenly didn't work. Yeah, and then it suddenly doesn't work anymore. Which is bizarre. Get value and gradient for plane. Is that maybe wrong somehow? But then we wouldn't see the correct stuff, right? So the sphere is the distance to our point, right? Yeah. So if I'm outside the sphere, this is positive. Inside the sphere, it's negative. If I'm below the plane, it should be negative. Which I think is fine. I mean, we can flip it. I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense to flip that. I think that's wrong, but you never know. Yeah, I think it's wrong, right? It's somewhere up here, another plane. Or not? Where? Or not? Oh, nice how the horizon changes. Alright, maybe it's not correct anyways. Yeah, it's something with the plane that's wrong. Just kind of bizarre. But isn't that how it's done? SDF. Got the 3D SDFs. Plane. I mean, we can try a plus. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Don't think it makes a whole lot of difference, but... okay. I mean, yeah. Don't think it makes a difference now, because even if I change that now to 500, it will probably do the same. If not, that would be kind of weird. Yeah, no, it does exactly the same thing. What the hell is going on? Is it that... No, wait. Is it that it's a little bit... What does this return actually? So get value and gradient. When we have... So let's do a dot product of 0, 0, 0, and well, 0, 0, 1 like that. and a world position of 0, -10, 0. Then the result is -10. Okay. We look for the smallest gradient. Which kind of makes sense, I guess. Yeah, D1, D2 union. -S. All of that makes kind of sense until it doesn't. N must be normalized. Yeah, that makes sense. How about he does P N? I mean, we can try that. Does that make a difference? Maybe? Does it flip the sign then, or what? No. Hmm. I am confused. Poor sphere. Alright, I guess I will not investigate too much to that, but I will write it down. Do I have a list somewhere? I should have somewhere a list. Of stuff to look at. Oh, maybe not. Alright, what would I want to do next for that version? Or do we call it a day with that? I thought we go into the polish phase for 0.4 and then we tackle the rest at a later point. Maybe I do that because I want to actually move on to something else for the time and then come back to the terrain again. I want to do something new. And as a first version, it's more than solid, I would say. More than solid. Let's see, what? We have like a couple of tools that are non-functional currently, right? So I think I will draw lower icon. Where do we render that? Ah, here. Alright, so we have that. Perfect. Yeah. I think with that, I would... Let's polish what we have. Like, polish in the sense of make it somewhat a little bit nicer. And I'm probably move on with 0.4 for now. It's not, but yeah, the version is already huge. I have like a change list and it's like a change log and it's huge. So and moving to 0.5 would make sense because there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to do on the side of the terrain, like besides the terrain. So that's what I wanted to say. And now we can come back to the terrain, probably in. Wait, let me open. What the hell just happened? Holy, my screen froze. Probably we get back to terrain. Let's put that here actually. Yeah, either here or maybe here. Let's put it down here. 0.6 or 0.7. So we have that. I think what I want to do though regardless is... Because I think we can crash it, right? Can't we? If I do too many vertices. Then I think we crash it eventually. I think it will crash eventually.